This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Nyarly.
What's today, Will?
Today is a wild card Wednesday or conversation with the Krillcast.
There you go. Nyarly, I know we're going to be talking about your channel for a solid, probably half hour at least. What would you like to say about your channel before we delve deeply into it?
I hate that guy and his stupid clickbait videos.
That's going to be the... we just launched... So I know that other channels do like a highlights video. That's the highlight right there for this podcast. We've just started that, so that'll be interesting to see how that does. But Will, why don't we just dive right into it?
Yeah. So question one: what made you decide to create your own YouTube channel and focusing specifically on Atlas games like SMT and Persona?
For me, it was just kind of the lack of Atlas and Megaten focused channels there were. Like, a lot of the channels that mostly did Megaten content that I came to YouTube for back in the day, they just kind of stopped doing Megaten, or they do nothing but Persona now. And also, like, and like, you know, you might get a channel that like covers it every now and then, but there's not really any channels that are focused almost entirely on Megaten. And you know, it's such a big franchise that you can do that. So that's what I did with my channel.
And it's not like the popularity is going down at this time. It's definitely only going up. Unless you're talking about SMT, which that's a different question later.
Yeah.
I actually, you know how I discovered your channel? Just if you're curious, I think it was...
It has Persona killed SMT.
Yep. That was how I originally discovered your channel. Yeah. Is that your most popular one?
Not anymore, but it used to be.
I was going to say, that was definitely how I discovered your channel, was that video. Oh, the Orpheus. I was just talking to Will about this. You must be a madman for trying this, if you did. I'm assuming you did based on the length of the video, but...
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I plan to watch it. But when I saw that, I was like, wow.
Like, once I'm done with my no buff run of Nocturne, I'm also going to be doing Persona 4 Izanagi only.
Ooh, that's... Golden or regular?
Golden.
Okay. That might... I'm curious. I want to see this. But anyways, the next question. I know you answered this offline, but we're going to answer it online now. So, why Nyarly? I'm assuming it's Nyarlathotep from Persona.
Yes. But I also think it sounds cool.
So you just picked...
Yeah.
You shortened it to Nyarly because it's something you can just
but
say.
Also because of Gnarly. Like,
okay.
So it's a pun.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Question 3. What is your favorite content to create?
I'd say challenge runs, because like it gives me a way to like experience a game that I've already played in a way I've never done it before, and then I'll like document it and turn it into a video. I just think that's fun.
I can definitely see that. I know the video is 51 minutes, but how long did it take you to make that video?
Well, according to the amount of time that I had logged into the game, it was 67 hours, but that's also probably an exaggeration because I had the speed button down for a lot of it.
So, okay.
I'd say realistically it probably took me like 40-ish hours to beat the game, and then it took me, I'd say, maybe another 20 to record and edit the video.
Did you do any of the side story with that video, or did you just literally go through the dungeon and then go through the story?
You mean like the social links?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the social links. I mean, I kind of had to, because that, like, you need them to get experience to level up your personas, and that's how you get skill cards.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So you couldn't just... I was going to say, if you skipped, like, all of the story and just did the gameplay, you could probably get through that pretty quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're saying you held down the speed button through the storyline. That's one thing that, I would say in 3, and maybe you've experienced it since you played it multiple times, the storyline is something that doesn't really change with the narration of the game, depending on how you play it, even in Persona 3, unless you do the bad ending. We'll call it that.
Right.
So do you find yourself getting bored when you go and recover something over and over and over again? And does this type of thing is the only thing keeping you wanting to go back and replay these games again, or do you find yourself generally interested in replaying the games without these challenges?
I mean, well, because the thing is, like, I got so many other games I want to play. Like, I kind of want to play those games, but I like revisiting these games with the challenges. That's kind of like playing a new game. But if I'm just going back and replaying a game that I've already played, yeah, I don't really get a whole lot of enjoyment out of that.
Yeah, I get that.
So for us noobs, I have one question. You can ask your question first, and then I'll follow up.
I was just gonna say, do the trophies entice you to replay like Golden and 5 and 5 Royal?
No, I've never really cared that much about trophies or achievements.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll go ahead.
All right, so for us noobs, what is the significance of beating the game with just Orpheus?
It's fun. It's bragging rights. So every time I meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, Persona 3 is so hard," it's like I beat the game using only Orpheus on Maniac mode. Like it's really not that hard. I can help you.
Now, when you say only Orpheus, obviously you kept the party members, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I'm assuming this was a FES run.
You like a speed run?
No, FES.
Oh, no, it was portable.
Okay. That's what I was wondering with Will earlier.
There are no skill cards in FES.
I was going to say, when you said that, I was like, okay, I'm assuming this isn't FES, but I wanted to ask. Because there are modified versions of FES that people use on the computer, and that actually adds party control. But so you played P3 portable on this one. Okay. So did you level up the party members or just literally Orpheus?
No, I leveled up the party members too.
Okay. So I will say this, well, for you to understand this, Orpheus is like if you had and this is just boiling it down to Pokemon because I think you know Pokemon. If you just took like a Charmander and never leveled him up, like never evolved him, and he never got a move set that you like the later iterations, Charizard and whatnot, would get like, the better fire attacks. Orpheus is stuck with the base attacks and whatever skill cards you can put on him, like the TMs and HMs in Pokemon. So like he's not the type of he's not the guy that you can really get the higher move sets without artificially adding them to him.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Okay, so he's just a lot harder to play the game that way. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you're essentially handicapping yourself at just again like for bragging rights. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so what is your favorite Persona or SMT game, and why?
Well, my favorite Persona game is Persona 3. My favorite like non-Persona Megaten game is, well, I guess my favorite Megaten game period is Devil Survivor Overclocked.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. And it's mainly just because Devil Survivor Overclocked, it just, it's got a great cast, it's got a great story, the gameplay is really fun, and it's fast-paced. Just like, if you're a fan of strategy RPGs, I would definitely, like, even if you're not a fan of Megaten, I would definitely check out Devil Survivor Overclocked.
And that's a 3DS game, right?
Right. But there's also the original on DS is good too, it's just Overclocked. Like, if you have a 3DS, there's really no reason not to play Overclocked.
Right. Yeah, not obviously. Most of the Atlas remakes have everything, like they don't really taint the game with the remake. So it makes sense usually to get the newer version of the game. If you're like, I would never recommend somebody at this point in time to go pick up Persona 5 over Royal. Same reason that you would not recommend the original over that one.
Yeah, and like in Persona 3, it's mostly the same stuff, but like it's also just like the way it balances its gameplay with its story. Like in Persona 4 and 5, I always felt like they were focusing on the story a little too much and not letting me enjoy the gameplay. Persona 3 doesn't do that. It's like you get about an even amount of like overworld interaction and stuff as you do the dungeon crawling, and it's also the most balanced of the new Persona games, so yeah. It's also the most challenging.
Where did the original 2, but also 3 games rank on your list? I always say, like, because people don't, when I'm describing the series, people are like, so wait, there's 2 Persona 2 games? And I'm like, yeah. Where did the first 3 games rank on your list?
Like, I really love Persona 2.
Yes.
But, like, even I will admit, like, it's not the most fun in terms of gameplay. Like, I do think it's good, but if I had to choose between playing that or Persona 3, like, purely for gameplay, I'd say Persona 3, but I think the story more than makes up for it.
Oh, yeah. Persona 2's story is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and Persona, and, like, I have similar thoughts on Persona 1. Like, I actually did my Persona games ranked video, and I put Persona 1 at the bottom, but since then, I've replayed it, and that's actually made me change my mind on it a little. So I'd probably say Persona 4 is my least favorite Persona game, and Persona 1 is my second to least favorite.
I have a weird connection with Persona 4 Golden. Mostly because I bought a Vita, and then I was like, well, what can I play? And then somebody's like, you should get Persona. I was like, what? Okay. So I went and I played Persona 4 Golden, and I have since played through basically the entire series of Persona after that. But I have a deeper appreciation for 4 Golden just because, first one I played. So
I still love Persona 4. Like, when I say least favorite, I just mean in the context of Persona. Like, I still think Persona 4 is a really good game. It's just not as good as the other Persona games.
Yeah. I feel you there. I can definitely see why people would not like Scooby-Doo and the Gang as much as they like 3. And then 5. 5 is just tainted. I just don't like 5 as much as I like the rest of the series, personally. It definitely ranks the lowest of the new version of Persona for me.
Yeah.
I guess that brings us to the next question, Will.
Yeah, do you want me to skip it? Because
should we skip it?
Answering. Yeah.
Go ahead then.
All right, so I'm taking your question, Chris.
Go ahead.
If Atlus decided to dump Persona or SMT, which would you prefer?
You mean like if they were to get rid of one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I'd say Persona.
To dump Persona?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got the feeling that you were more of an SMT fan.
Hold on. When we say SMT, like, are we talking just mainline or like everything else?
Mainline. Obviously, they could keep some of the spin-offs or whatever.
That's actually kind of a tough one, because like, I mean, like, I do like the mainline games that I like them a whole lot better than the Persona games that I like, but at the same time, I'm honestly not that big a fan of the first 3 mainline games. It's like again, it's not that I think they're bad games. It's just compared to the later Megaton games, they're just kind of a slog to play through. So like, to be perfectly honest, I mean, yeah, if we're talking just mainline versus Persona, I hate to say it, but I probably have to go with mainline.
I'm curious to see how SMT 5 turns out, because it looks like they're reworking a lot of the way SMT works, and I'm curious if that'll convert some long-term Persona fans over.
Yeah.
Because it may actually put off some of the SMT fans, but from what I understand, mainline SMT fans are a lot lower in number than mainline Persona fans. Which is,
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I think the main reason for that is I feel like Atlus hasn't really been doing the best job of marketing mainline to Persona fans. I mean, Persona 5, that game didn't even have the Shin Megami Tensei moniker on it like Persona 3 and 4 did.
No, and that actually started with Persona 4 Golden. That was the first one to dump the Shin Megami Tensei title on it, which... Going back to I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't even feel like it belongs in the subtitle of Persona, because they're just not the same games.
Right, but I mean, like, they have similar gameplay and they all use the same monsters. That's
true. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, all the time, like, I hear people say, "Oh, Persona is its own thing now." Like, okay, if Persona like were to just break off from Megaton and be its own thing, that means they'd have to ditch the compendium that they use, and they'd have to basically create an entirely new compendium of new monsters, and I really don't want them to do that.
I never thought about that because they do share a lot of the monsters from the 2 different series.
And the moves too.
Move sets, yeah. Unless you go back to the OG Revelations Persona and you look at the move sets from that one, the messed up names they used, but yeah, like Jack Frost.
Oh
or,
yeah.
You know, any of those characters, Pyro Jack. A lot of those are, yeah, they're definitely recyclable between the games.
Mm.
Who's your favorite Persona monster or SMT
Satan.
monster? Satan.
Yeah, it's mainly just because, like, you know, when Satan's portrayed in popular culture, it's always like, oh, he bad, oh, he's the devil. But in SMT, that's actually not what he is. He's actually an ally of God, and he's like a tempter and a judge, which is more like, if you actually do your research, and then that's actually more what he is in Christianity and Judaism.
Yeah, like he'd be like I don't want to get too far into theological standpoints, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And definitely most people would not look that deeply into it. They would just say, oh, there he is, the evil guy.
Exactly.
I do love the fact that, and I hope that, actually maybe I'll just ask you, what do you think of a lot of the themes that the Persona and SMT series kind of explore into?
I mean, I think they're really interesting. Like, even Persona, you know, with its whole like shadows, and Persona 3, like, it really makes you think about the inevitability of death. And then also just, I really like the law, chaos, neutral alignment systems of mainline, because there's like, you get to choose, but there's no like black and white. It's not one is objectively better than the other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most powerful moments for me was Persona 3 when they give you the ultimate choice, I'm going to call it, in December. And the game just kind of gets to this melancholy feeling if you choose the way that doesn't continue the story. And you just feel like so sad. It's like, wow, they've created this atmosphere where I literally feel things in a game. And that doesn't happen to me very often. Let's put it that way.
I know, right?
What did you like as far as that goes? I think that choice is one of the best choices in the whole series as far as Persona goes, because of the way it makes you feel. Like, what did you think?
I mean, I guess I didn't really feel a pull to kill Ryoji, but at the same time, like, yeah, I feel like if it weren't for the input of my party members, it would have been different. Because, like, by that time, all your party members, they made the decision not to kill Ryoji. But, like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Like, I guess I just say I disagree. I don't know about that. But, like, have you played Persona 5 Royal?
I'm still in the middle of it.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil it then. There is a choice that you have to make in Royal. That is a really hard choice.
I guess it wasn't the choice that made me get it was more of because I wanted to see what would happen. So I had a save file before that, right?
Well,
it's more the way it makes you feel after you make the choice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the whole scene is just like so somber, and you know the inevitability of what happens when you make that choice. And I hope that some people will go back and play that game and visit both of those endings, because I think it's worth, just for the understanding of what happens if you don't make the right choice,
right,
to do that.
Yeah.
Like when my brother-in-law played it, I said, you have to save right before that and then make both choices just to see both sides.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the video games that you enjoy that are not on your YouTube channel?
Well, just like Snickety Slice, I'm a fan of Ace Combat. Even though my love for Ace Combat is pretty recent, I played 6, a bit of 5, a bit of 0, and Assault Horizon, and also a bit of 7.
I'm gonna pull some gameplay up to put on the screen.
And I mean, I'm also gonna say Pokemon, but who isn't? But then again, I'm also one of those people that thinks Pokemon's been going downhill.
Oh, you cut off for a second there.
I was gonna say, well, I'm also one of those people that thinks Pokemon's kind of been going downhill ever since Gen 5.
Okay, that is a fair assessment.
Also, the Paper Mario series.
Yes. OG or all of it?
What do you mean by OG? Like
The first two?
Okay, by Paper Mario, I mean Paper Mario 64, Thousand Year Door, and Super Paper Mario.
Okay, so you're in the same boat as me. Those are the three versions
But
I have.
you love Color Smash the most, right?
No.
I didn't even buy the Wii U one.
But yeah, also, although I'm also a big fan of Shadow Hearts, that's a really underrated franchise.
I don't think I've ever played that or even seen what that is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that series.
You need to play it right. Like, okay, if you're, like, anyone watching this, if you're a fan of Megami Tensei, you will also love Shadow Hearts.
Oh, that looks a lot like it. Or at least
Yeah.
the art style. Cool.
Yeah, like, a lot of the, like, it also likes to take inspiration from a lot of the things, like, that Megami Tensei does. And
Gotcha.
Persona.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried Nocturne. I'm not the biggest. Like I've watched and played a little bit of SMT, but everybody has this massive love for Nocturne, and I just don't understand it. To be honest with you, I didn't find the same level of I don't know if you feel the same way, but Nocturne to me wasn't this great penultimate SMT game.
I mean, well, I just recently did a run of it without buffs, and it kind of did make me see some of the game's flaws, but I do still think it's a great game.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I just said it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't as great as people told me it was. In my own opinion,
I think SMT4 is better.
I'm gonna have to try that one. I actually got my 3DS more recently, so I haven't played 4 yet.
But oh, and also Resident Evil.
Yeah. I find
that
a
series
lot of
is
people
definitely
love
coming
that
back.
series.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite?
7.
Oh, it's the one where my arm gets chopped off with the chainsaw, like right in the beginning.
Nope.
We just
I
talked
stopped
about.
playing after that.
Are you at all a Halo fan at any point?
I mean, I played it when I was a kid, but I don't have an Xbox now, so.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but most of the people that are into Shin Megami Tensei and Persona are probably Nintendo and Sony fans, or have Nintendo and Sony consoles.
So I probably will get Halo 6 on PC when it comes out.
But we just had Hidden Xperia on. I don't know if you ever watched his channel. But he was talking about Resident Evil as well, and Will made the same exact comment.
Yep.
I couldn't play it after she chopped
that.
off my hand.
I was like, it was so like shocking out of nowhere. It's like, how am I going to survive this? My arm's gone.
What's your favorite moment in Resident Evil 7?
I'd say the ending, to be honest.
Did you
like, it's just such an epic ending.
without necessarily spoiling it? I don't really care if you spoil it. I'm not going to end up playing Resident Evil 7 most likely. What about the ending was so great for you?
I think it's just because the thing about Resident Evil 7 is like it starts off as like this really slow paced, horror game, kind of like PT, but then as the game progresses, there's more action, and it kind of like, because I've heard a lot of people say that Resident Evil 7's not like a true Resident Evil game, but like once you get far enough into it, then it very much becomes a Resident Evil game, and then it all ends with this big climactic battle with this giant like monster thing, and then you take the gun and you shoot it. It's like, yeah, it's cool.
There's multiple endings?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's really only the ending cutscene that's affected.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Cool. Let's see here. I think Will, since we're flipped and flopped here,
Yep.
go ahead.
All right. So, what game are you looking to more? Persona 6 or the SMT 5 game?
I'm gonna say definitely Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Okay.
What did you think of the trailer that came out like what 3 years ago now?
I mean, it was a good trailer, but it also didn't show gameplay, and it's basically all we've got right now.
Like, I've never seen any other company besides Atlas be successful with this particular strategy, and now it seems like Microsoft's going the same way with just showing footage of Halo and not actually any gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't like this pattern. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of it either because I think communication during a game's development is important because if there's something that the audience doesn't like, then they can fix it before it's too late. And I feel like a perfect example of a game that really could have benefited from this was Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem or Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yes.
like I think okay, I do think that's a good game, but like is that like when you think of Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, is that really what you think of?
No.
It's like I feel like if they had been more clear about what it was going to be earlier, then we could have given our feedback and they could have changed it.
I don't think they really knew what they were doing when they started it. Have you read about the development cycle of that?
Yeah, I have. It's like basically Intelligent Systems and Alice couldn't agree on what like to do with it, so eventually they just settled on making it about idols.
Kind of. There's a little more backstory to it than that. I don't remember where I got the information, but essentially, initially, Intelligent Systems took the lead, and then Atlas was giving them like assets to use, and they weren't quite sure what Intelligent Systems' path forward was going to be, and they were kind of working on a collab team. And then at some point, Nintendo's like, nah, Intelligent Systems is working on Fire Emblem. Atlas, you just do it. Just make this game for us. And so they ended up with essentially J-pop J-pop Persona with Fire Emblem characters in it.
I mean, I imagine that the only reason they announced it as early as it did is because the Wii U wasn't doing so well, so they needed to announce that just outrageous killer title that would get everyone hyped up and talking about the Wii U and wanting to buy it.
This trailer, though, it leaves so much to be desired. Like, when I saw this trailer, I was like, holy cow, it's going to be like this massive cross game. And I thought maybe they would alternate between dungeon crawling and Fire Emblem style gameplay. And then, nope. Nope.
What do the comments say?
I'm sure there's some new ones, like, who's watching this in 2020 expecting... Let's see. There appears to have been a fusion accident. You were supposed to be the chosen one. They trolled everybody hard. Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Nocturne jokes. Is it possible to sue for false advertisement?
My favorite one is "This is why I have trust issues." I mean that's me. Like that's the reason I just never get hyped for anything now.
Biggest bait and switch. Idols were a mistake. I want this crossover, not the J-pop type thing that it became. Too bad it was canceled. Oh man! And the biggest lie was told. Okay, I'm done. There's so many good memes from this trailer, but honestly, yeah, I agree with you. The game that came out was not a bad game. It just wasn't what people were expecting.
Right.
My favorite video on this, though, that somebody put out, and it doesn't exist anymore. I can't find it for the life of me, probably because either JonTron or somebody else pulled it down. There was a video. Somebody had compiled like some JonTron reactions. So they had the original trailer, and JonTron's like, "All right, I'm in for this," or something like that. It was something along those lines. And then the next one comes out, and it's just JonTron going, "What?" The J-pop trailer.
I think I've seen that video.
And it's gone. I don't know why it got purged off YouTube, but it's straight up gone. I can't find it for the life of me now. But back to this. I wanted to ask you about this anime convention that you did a while back. And I know this is taking a sidestep from what we were just talking about, but are you cool with talking about that for a minute?
Anime Weekend Atlanta?
Yeah. How did you feel? Was that one of your first actual panels?
Yeah.
Because this comment section on that was cracking me up. I was just showing Will some of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about people like commenting on your appearance in this video?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Because I love the Nyarly looks like an anime character with glasses.
Oh yeah.
Or like where is it? Or Tokyo Mirage Session shows up. That's you, waifu guy. There is some really interesting comments in here. I'm trying to remember. Gnarly, I wait your return. I don't know what that was all about.
I have no idea.
Where's the comment that I thought was the best? Let's see. Gnarly looking like the next Persona protagonist. Like, what do you? Because I know you didn't really have like a face reveal on your channel, really. So what did it? What was putting this video out like for you?
Well, I mean, it wasn't the first time I showed my face.
It wasn't? Okay. It was the first time I noticed. Let me rephrase that. So I guess let me put it back. So you do a lot of narration on your channel, right? So
yeah.
What's it like putting out a face video when you don't normally do that?
I just treated it like any other video. Because, again, it wasn't the first time I revealed my face, like, on Twitter, like, I'll upload cosplays and stuff.
I was just curious if that's, like, if you prefer not doing that, or, like, if you don't really care, or what.
I mean, it's not that I don't like doing it, it's just with the equipment I have, and, like, I don't really have a good setup or anything like that, so... Like, all I've got is my laptop's crappy built-in camera.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Is that so? As far as conventions go, are you willing to do more conventions?
If they don't get canceled, yeah.
Were you supposed to do any this year?
Let's see. I was supposed to do KnockCon. I was supposed to do Anime St. Louis. I was supposed to do Anime Expo. I was supposed to do Anime Iowa. I was supposed to do Acon, and yeah, all those got canceled.
Oof. I guess I don't really understand how they set these things up. So do they contact you well in advance and like, hey, we want you to come out here, and then they arrange stuff, or is it more of a you reach out and then you tell them you want to go?
Well, okay, for Anime Week in Atlanta, I applied for that panel myself.
Okay.
Like, I haven't been reached out to by a convention yet, but I mean if they do, I'm gonna accept it. But so far, like, my appearance at conventions is just me applying for panels.
So what's that experience like for people that have never really done that? What is it like applying for these panels?
I mean, basically what you do is you tell them what your plans are, and then you tell them who's gonna be in it. And then you basically just wait to hear back from them to see whether or not your panel got accepted.
Gotcha. So when you did the Atlanta one, you said, "Hey, these guys are going to do this panel with me," and they just say, "Okay, cool. We want you on this anime thing," essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like applying for a job.
Gotcha. But it's more of an appearance for one particular event.
Right.
Cool. And that's something you enjoyed?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, next question. What are some of your favorite channels to watch on the series that you already cover?
My personal favorite Megaten channel is LaRue. He does Megaten videos. There's also...
Can you spell that for me?
LARRUE.
So this guy?
Yeah, that's him.
Cool. Yeah, we like to give shout outs to anybody that you're mentioning.
There's Jack's Bag of Maca. There's Simply Dad, or it's right there. It's in the featured channels.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And then Simply Dad.
Yeah, Simply Dad.
I've seen him before. I hadn't heard of the other two, although I did see they were featured on your channel.
And then Johnny Awesome.
I gotta ask: has he always covered Shin Megami, or am I just crazy and didn't know it?
Well, I mean, he's a Let's Player, but like, I've bbeen following him since for the past 7 years, and because he was one of the first people who was doing a playthrough of Shin Megami Tensei 4, and I just like watching his playthroughs.
Yeah, I've watched a few of them. I just don't. I have never had the time to sit through an entire series yet. But I've watched some of his, like for specific parts. I wanted to see how he handled it because I was like, that's usually what I watch Let's Plays for. It's usually when I want to know how somebody figured out a part that I can't get through.
Yeah.
And in any case, I found him very entertaining. But I noticed that his channel is definitely not an exclusively Persona channel.
Yeah.
But his profile picture leads you to believe that he is.
Well, it's what he's best known for, and he does cover other Persona related stuff and like other kinds of videos, but he's mostly known for Let's Plays.
Yeah.
And then there's also Sir Lionheart.
Spelled exactly how you would think.
Yeah, that's him.
Cool. Yeah, I've never heard of him either.
He also does Let's Plays. And
I've heard of John
commentary is
Awesome. Yeah. His commentary, what? Sorry.
Commentary is hilarious.
That's definitely a positive when you're a Let's Player.
Yes, it is.
It's very. I think it's very hard to make it as a Let's Player if your commentary is not entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, and he does other stuff too, but I got to know him through Shin Megami Tensei and Persona.
Gotcha. So it's funny though. I'm subscribed to Johnny Awesome, and I do click on his videos from time to time. But we got this friend of the channel kind of that he's been doing the same thing essentially. I'll see a Johnny Awesome upload, and like within 15 minutes I'll see another upload. Have you ever heard of this guy? Cabba Gonna Play?
I have not.
He's been doing the same Let's Play as Johnny Awesome. He's been doing the Persona 5 Royal Let's Play through on his channel. And I swear, every time I see a Johnny Awesome video, it's like immediately following it. It's one of his. So I'm just going to give him a quick shout out because I know he'll appreciate it. So what are some channels that are not SMT or Persona that you watch?
Well, I mean, most of it are pretty normie choices, big channels like Angry Joe.
Oh, Angry Joe.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Jim
no
Sterling.
Angry Joe. Oh, you like Jim Sterling too?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's gone.
Before you know what happened, Total Biscuit.
Yeah. Total Biscuit's a good one to watch the archives of.
Yeah.
Top Hat. Never forget Total Biscuit.
Yep. And who are some others? Also for Pokemon, I watch Shofu.
I think I spelled that right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Cool. Anybody else?
Trying to think. I know there's some I've been following recently. It's just they just slipped my mind.
If you got your phone, you can pop through your subscriptions real quick.
Yeah.
That's what I usually have to do.
Okay, there's Savit, who did the Persona 5 style over substance video, but I've been watching him for his everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh videos.
Is it Savit with a C or an S?
It's a C.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I think I spelled this wrong. I'm still not spelling it right.
Try searching for everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh season 1.
Oh boy, I bet that's probably a pretty good video. Is he the one that put down the thing about okay, so it's no E in the middle there. Is he the one that did the video where he's like, why did Grandpa die over a ripped card? Is that him, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh yeah, maybe. I think he might have.
I saw that meme come out and I looked up the video. I might have seen this already. Okay, I'm liking this guy already.
I know. Also Matt McMuscles for his What Happened videos.
I love those What Happened videos. I just watched the Turok one.
I'm actually about to do a video kind of in the same vein as this guy about Dead Rising.
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job with these videos.
I won't have the pretty animations.
He doesn't upload.
Go ahead.
And he doesn't upload that often, but also Larry Bundy
Oh yeah, I know that one. I actually was subscribed to him
He
for a
does
while.
the fact hunt videos.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've seen this one, but apparently that's his most popular video.
I wonder why.
Might be the thumbnail. I don't know. He's the one that he did like a video about. I don't know if it was Ouya or like basically just described why campaigns have. I think he did one about failed Kickstarter campaigns that I really liked. Can't remember. There you go, Will. Origins of Echo.
Yep, that's a throwback.
Yeah, he does videos on a lot of really obscure stuff.
I like obscure stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see here. So, Will, do you have any more questions for Nyarly?
No, I think we pretty much covered it on my end.
If there was advice you could give yourself when you first started your YouTube channel, what would you give?
I honestly can't think of anything.
Is there anything that you've learned along the way that you wish you knew when you started?
Not really.
No. Okay.
I
That's
mean,
all right.
other than the obvious, like, better editing and better script writing and stuff like that. But it's not like I could go back to my past self and just say, hey, do a better job at script writing or editing.
That's something you learn with time.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Not really.
All right, cool. Well, then, that's a wrap. We really appreciate you coming on for the conversation.
Yes, thanks, man.
Thanks.
We've really enjoyed doing this series because we gotten to kind of get some background on a lot of the YouTubers we've been watching for a long time. So it's cool. As always, I'm Chris.
And Will.
I'm Nyarly.
And we will see you
On the next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.